Peace, blessings, love, and light. It's your girl, Divinely Guided D. How are you doing today? It has sure been a while. I'm feeling all green today. With a slight of pink. This says, what's it called? Illusions in the shirt, on the shirt. Um, so as you know, there's a few things that can inspire me to move so fast, and one of those things is TP. For those who don't know, TP is Tyler Perry. Okay, let me take this off because so this time around though, I'm not putting the trailer right because I got copyrighted the last time. You know what? Let me try to cleanse this energy real quick. Damn it, I don't have my lighter close by. Gotta have my Palo Santo. Okay. And I was just trying to. Where the hell is my equipment? Anyway, I will get my assistant, but I am the assistant. It's a startup for me. It's a startup for me. Okay, so Tyler Perry, this man had the nerve to come out with Duplicity. Now I gotta tell you this. I've only seen it once, and I seen it a little bit after it came out, so it's still it's not really okay. It's kind of fresh in that I haven't been influenced by other content creators or what they think about it, right? Um, and I wanted to get on camera. I may or may not go back a second time. I'm here waving this as if it's lit, right? Um, I might go a second time just to see if I catch something. We'll see about that. Sorry, because you never know with TP, so you gotta sometimes around. I'm dead. Okay, so right now I'm going off the dome. Um, I might. No, I know I will. I will be looking some of the information up as I'm talking about it. But when I do the editing, I will be posting whether that's photos, like still shots of what I'm referring to. My sign is crooked. I just feel like, but you know what? It's me. You get the point, but I'm a little. I don't mind being a little askew. You know, it's alright. Okay. Um, progress over perfection over here. Real quick, just a little check in. Your girl has been back in school, so I don't believe to know everything. So anytime I'm interested in something, I will invest in myself. I think that there's nothing more beautiful than someone who is willing to invest in themselves, and that doesn't mean that you're selfish in a negative way. It means that you are ambition. You set out a goal, and you accomplish it. You achieve it. I wanted to create this channel. It's gonna grow as it grows in its own time, but I'm also allowing myself to grow in other areas as well. Okay, so it's progress over perfection here. For some of you, for the two of you who watch, I'm big on what is it? Self care. I'm big on pushing if you're an underdog, because I get it. I'm rooting for the underdogs. I'm rooting for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Um, real quick, shout out to the green. You know what I'm saying? Um, Shout out to the heart chakra. I made these, by the way. Um, Anywho, so I've been in school and doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. The kids have off from school this whole week, so I said perfect opportunity to get my butt again. I was trying to say up again and in front of the camera. Let me put this on vibrate. Rain in the next few hours. Let me see, because I was planning on going outside. Oh, it was only for like an hour. Okay. It's supposed to be 60 out here in the city, so shout outs to my city folks. Okay. Duplicity. That came out on Netflix. No, it wasn't Netflix. My bad. Prime Video. So, I'm gonna put a picture up once I do the editing. So, the cast of Duplicity: Kat Graham, Ronrico Lee. So, Kat Graham, I believe she was in Vampire Diaries. She was in some type of vampire show. And I know that she was discriminated against while she was there. So she's a fan favorite, right? She's one of America's sweethearts. Enrico Lee, we know him from Sister Sister. He was in First Wives Club with Jill Scott. Um, he's been in a lot of films. He was in another Tyler Perry film. He's been doing some Tyler Perry stuff lately, but he's definitely been getting some checks. Tyler Lepley, I hope I'm saying his name right. He is the man that is he's from P Valley. He's the one that's with I was tempted to say Apple Watts, but her name is not Apple Watts. I forgot that woman's name. I know that Miracle Watts. Wait. With, I don't want to say. I want to give that woman her respect because I don't want to be wrong. Um, I was right. Miracle Watts. Is she related to Apple Watts? Is that their last name? You know what? Now I gotta dig deep. I'm gonna think about it another time. But yeah, he's with her. Um, he was also Harlem. He played the love interest with Megan Good. Okay. Megan Tandy. That is the lady that played Fela. Fela. You don't hear that name often, so I thought of Fela Kuti. You know, shout out to Fela. He's a well-known activist, performer, etc., etc. Broke barriers. Angela Halili. She played the I believe it was the white woman who supposedly caused most of this issue. Um, Joshua Adeye. I don't remember who he was. And some other folks. Oh yes, yes, yes. The news people, Nick Barota, and I'm missing someone else. Oh yes, yes. And who's this? What's this lady's name? Kiara or Kira Schroeder. I'm not saying her name right, but oh child. Hmm. So I am on the IMDb. It says Tyler Perry unveils first Amazon Studios pick black, white, and blue. Um, so that's a little bit of the cast, and this came out, like I said, on Prime Video. Um, I'm trying to get the synopsis. So, anywho, I'm gonna just go off the dome, right? So in this movie, it starts out with, you know, a few friends working out at a spin, doing some spin classes, a spin class. Um, and I'm thinking, you know, it shows, you know, like a successful group of friends who are just hanging out and give me a second, getting a call. Back like I never left. So we see them getting out of this spin class, like I said. Mariko Lee was there. Fela's character, Cat Graham's character. Um, let me see, Cat Graham's love interest, which is the guy from P Valley, and then two extras that worked in the same. Why am I getting a brain fart? I want not news. What's it called? News station. Because I was gonna say broadcast. Anyway, I have several words for the same damn thing. Okay, synonyms. Anywho, so they're heading to work from there, right? We see that Fela seemed a little irritated with um Ronrico Lee's character because she feels he's a perv. We see that she just just doesn't. Mm-mm, and she don't want him around. Cat Graham's character is like he's cool peoples, you know what I'm saying? Like just give him a shot, you know. And her man is the P Valley guy, right? So those two are together, and I want to get Kevin. I believe is the one that got killed. Um, okay, here it is. So she has a friend. So apparently Fela is with Cat Graham's best friend. I don't remember her name of this character. So let me not be rude, okay? But real quick before I get back to the characters, the synopsis is a high-powered attorney faces her most personal case, yet when she's tasked with uncovering the truth behind the shooting death of her best friend's husband, with help from her boyfriend, a former cop turned private investigator, her search for what really happened leads her down a treacherous maze of deception and betrayal. So Kat Graham is his attorney. Her best friend, her male best friend, is with her female best friend. And her current partner, her current boyfriend, Tyler Lepley. Now I'm going back to the characters, the cast themselves. So that way I'm going off of as if we're going off the storyline. Very child. I was just there. Um, so we know about the high powered attorney, right? Marley, Cat Graham. So Marley, right? She has to try to find justice for Kevin. And this film, while it started normal, this is a Tyler Perry film nonetheless. So let me cut this shit. This man had the nerve to turn a movie that could have just ended perfectly fine into a mea culpa, okay? And culpa means fault. So this is your culpa, Tyler Perry. Esta es tu culpa. Esto es tu culpa. This is your fault. This is where the Spanish comes out because Tyler, what the fuck is? I'm not mad at it because I feel like at this point we just watch because it's like, what is this man going to do now? How is he going to get our like brain cells effed up and all over the place? Like, what roller coaster ride are we gonna go on with this man? When he says he knows his audience, I think he just might be onto something because your girl tuned in, like some of you guys tuned in, and we gotta stop playing. We gotta stop acting like Tyler doesn't deliver. If anything, the man is consistent. Okay, so we gotta I don't know. This is really how I feel. Like I'm like yo, and we still go to it. It's like Tyler, just when we thought you heard the critique, like scrap that, keep this normal. That doesn't have to be extra. So he's like, okay. He's like, okay, y'all, I went to the lab. So he went to the lab. This man used. I'm really like teared up. He could have just left it about, typical cheating. Maybe the man didn't want the system no more. So it just, for those who watch this is a spoiler alert. So you've already seen it if you're watching this at this point. You're just, you know, this man could have just left it as, typical storyline. He's not satisfied. So he leaves her the storyline, right? Marley's friend, Kevin, I believe. I want to say, I'm not gonna lie to you. I seen that movie one time, so I'm really going off this dome, off of what I remember. So I lied. I knew I was saying the wrong name. Kevin is Enrico Lee's character. So Kevin is a cop. He's like I don't know too much of the rankings, but he's a superior to this white officer, and we see them. Enrico Lee's character Kevin. We see him facilitating a staff meeting, like kind of like a staff powwow in the morning. He's a cop, and towards the ending of that powwow, he asked one of the cops to stay back. Yes, I was tired of having to do the ums and all this nonsense because I didn't have the cast in front of me, but I have it back. So Kevin is Enrico Lee. Kevin's character, he's a superior to Caleb, which is a white cop. They end up going to complete a routine or something that they normally wouldn't have done in a neighborhood that they're usually not assigned to. So basically, off rip, something is off from the start of Caleb's day. But Caleb is just trying to make sure that he's doing a great job. So he asks Kevin several times, "Hey, are you sure everything's okay?" Kevin is like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Basically, Kevin is assuring him, "You have potential. I'm just pretend I'm not even there. Just pretend I'm a regular. I'm just your partner for the day. That's it." He's just writing us. So he just made it seem like it's just nothing too deep to think about. I'm just here with you. Next thing you know, um, Caleb is in this situation where, let me back up. They're in the neighborhood, like I said, that they're normally not assigned to, or usually. Oh, that's what it is. Caleb was supposed to go to one of those neighborhoods, just learning about things, I guess, or whatever. Kevin had him go somewhere else. We see a white woman receiving a phone call, an older white woman receiving a phone call from a woman letting her know that there's a black male in in her neighbor's um property, on her neighbor's property, call the police basically. So of course, um self-appointed neighborhood watch decides to call the police because Kevin and Caleb are already near this neighborhood. They're the ones to respond to the phone call. Next thing you know, we see that Marley's friend, Tone, no, not Tony, Rodney. Yes, that's what it was. Rodney, right? We see him coming, and that's when Rodney does not hear that he is being asked to put his hand up or something, that he has on music. He has music playing in his headphones. Um, it sounds loud. We can kind of get the feeling, or the, it's implied that clearly he can't hear them. He doesn't see them. His head is kind of down. Then they think his phone is, excuse me, a weapon, mainly a gun, and this ends up being another Black Lives Matter. Prior to that happening, and I skipped a scene. Prior to that, after the workout, the spinning class scene with all these successful friends leaving and stuff like that, we see that Fela, Marley, Rodney, and Tony, right? They went to breakfast. However, Marley, she kind of tricked them. She tricked Tony and Rodney into the breakfast, right? But before that, we could see that there's some tension between Tony and Rodney. So back to when the shooting happens. Rodney is killed. It's so harsh how Fela found out while she was broadcasting the news. One of the broadcasters who was at the spin class is also her partner on TV. So they have a pretty much they have a good relationship, clearly a friendship in the studio and outside of the studio. We know that Fela and Rodney were having issues. She felt as though he wasn't interested. Marley tried to assure her that, there was still a chance that things can change, or that there was some type of hope, which is why she was trying to encourage them to kiss when they were at when Fela showed up after she got dressed after working out. So Marley was like, "Aren't you gonna kiss her?" So real quick, right there, that's such a Tyler Perry thing to do, inserting themselves in people's business, and I usually that will work well for a play because you're like, the onlookers. But when you're on TV, or it's a TV movie, I don't think that translates well. I think it it picks up on our, I want to say, human development, but I know it's something else. Instincts, I guess, because when you're in theater, right? When you're seeing a play, it's kind of like a still shot, and you kind of have to get in as much as you can while you're there. But when you're in the film, things flow. It's supposed to flow a little better. And the way sometimes Tyler Perry organizes his scripts, it seems like it'll be better on a play, right? At a play. I didn't like the fact that Marley was nosy. Honestly, mind your business. I wouldn't want to kiss her either if you telling me to kiss her. Ugh. I'm not gonna tell my homie like, you're not gonna kiss your girl. First of all, I'm worried about my own situation. Anywho, so Marley takes on the case. Tony, is around, I guess. And you know what's interesting? Something about his character was off. I didn't really know what it was, but he just seemed, I don't know. It was I think it was a certain scene where he just seemed to pop up out of nowhere. And I was just like, where did you come from? Where did you come from? I don't remember. I didn't like his I didn't like his character. But I saw that he mm, let me cut the shit. I'm gonna go straight to it, okay? I did not like Tony's character at all. And this could have all ended as a normal movie with Fela getting her lawsuit money and stuff like that. However, we know this is a Tyler Perry film, right? It turned out Fela ended up messing around with Kevin, even though she pretended to hate his guts, because apparently Rodney was messing with some white woman and stuff like that, and Kevin happened to also be messing with that woman. It's not about her being white, whatever. It's just the infidelity part. Fela ended up not talking to Marley for a bit, and we ended up figuring out why, because the girl was evil and she got fed up, so she set this man up. Now here's my issue. TP, why would you use Black Lives, not even Black Lives Matter. Yeah. Um this was rage bait. I was disappointed, if anything more annoyed that he was just cheap and he just took this, okay, so um you know what my okay, I have so many thoughts going through me right now when it comes to TP because I'm confused as as to who this man is. I'm confused. What are you trying to put out there? Don't say that realistic scenarios and shit like that because this man is very influential. This man knows how to use the power of words and visuals. So TP, my question to you is, what were you trying to do with this by utilizing a serious scenario such as a shooting, a cop shooting? Why would you do that and then turn this into okay, this happened because the woman just wanted to pay back, wanted him to pay back the fact that he had been cheated on her and stuff like that. I'm like, this is so evil. And while things like this can happen, you have a powerful platform. You have used the line, "This man has broken you" several times, along as other shit that is used on a repetitive basis. I'm only disappointed in that this man, he knows what he's doing when he does controversial shit like this. And at this point, I feel like this is the part where we really have to hold your ass accountable. It's not right. On one hand, you're preaching about the Lord, and you're trying to restore people's faith and helping people and all of this shit, and you have an audience. On the other hand, you do things that would make us need to have to go heal from some of this shit. For example, your previous film with Megan Good, you're having people's bodies thrown out caskets and shit. Then you're having successful women That same with Megan, the Mia Culpa one. There's some successful women who have fall from grace. Very, very horrible discernment. It seems like you don't want to portray a woman in full. You don't want to show a healthy individual, especially a healthy male or woman of color. And if anything, your colorism and the way you layer things and your biases and I don't know if other people can see through it, but I see through the bullshit. And my thing is, I'll still watch because it depends on what it is. And if I'm doing something like this where it's for content creation, that's one thing. I know what to expect and I know what not to expect. But I think that is so calculating of you after all of these things that we've experienced in the last couple of years in within Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice. We don't need to be reminded. That was a disappointment. I had to take him home. Anywho, I don't understand what this man envisions for his career. I know that he's expanding daily, monthly, yearly. We see it. This man has built an empire. But now that you have it, right, you are responsible for the type of stories, voices, narrations that you put out there. Communities, the representations that you put out matters. How you structure it matters. How you execute it matters. And there's only but so many excuses that people will make for you. And that's how I feel. Okay? Now, I would say I found it funny after Marley figured out that she was being held hostage, right? When he was like, "Come here," I forgot what it was. It was something, but it was funny when they had her on that boat, and Fela just seemed so. And you knew, and you hated Ronnie too. It was just like that seemed like that would be in a play. It's kind of like you don't have time to really it's kind of when you have to speed up the evil person's reasoning for why they did it, right? So then it's kind of like I did it because it's like the monologue. Yes, if it wasn't a soliloquy, I haven't studied plays in a long time. I used to love that word soliloquy. So anyway, when they have their where it's like, and I did this because he cheated and you hated Rodney anyway. Only for the girls to still be conscious in the back seat of that boat. Why? Other than that, I don't feel like I missed anything else. I will rate the movie out of 4 stars. I will give it I would give it a 3. I would give it a 3 because it started off calm ish. Meaning when you first saw the opening, it gave you an impression that oh shit, let me see what Tyler Perry got going. Let me see what type of pointers. Okay, this is Amazon Prime. I'm sure he's heard a lot of the critique. I'ma try. I'ma try. But then, and this is why he has a 3. Did I say out of 5 stars or 4? If it's out of 5 stars, I would say I said 3. Okay. If it's out of 4, it's a 2. Um, he got the 3 because on one hand it seemed like he learned, but Tyler Perry's gonna stick to who Tyler Perry is, which is also kind of disappointing. But we also look forward to um. And real quick, while we at it, we talking about Tyler Perry. I wasn't mad when Monique called him out, even though Monique has a way of turning situations that are not about her. And Angie Stone deserves to be celebrated and her pain to be voiced without you taking the mic, Monique. Okay? And some people are gonna say, so when was she supposed to do it? After the day of funeral. That's it. Have some class, baby. Talking about bonnets and shit, but you want to go disturb this woman's like moment. Tyler Perry may not have been the messenger for that moment, but it wasn't about him being the messenger. It was about the message being justice for Angie. So Monique, that was selfish of you, y'all. With that being said, your girl is here to stay.